Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel again today. I am on my way to go shopping. So I'm just going to take you guys along for the ride. I'm not going to take you in the store when I go in. I'm driving to another town that's about 20 miles away from me because I'm going to go and check out their Dollar Tree. I'm looking for another one of those dustpans like I told you about in that last video I did, or one of the other videos that I did. My phone's going crazy. And I'm also looking for fabric because I've recently I found another pattern that I really enjoy, and I'm making gifts for my family and friends for Christmas. And that's where I get the fabric is at the Dollar Tree because it's cheaper than Walmart. You use a piece of fabric called a fat quarter, and Walmart, the cheapest fat quarters that Walmart has are $1.37, unless they put them on sale. Like I did find some one time for 75 cents. They only had 4 left. I bought all 4 of them. If they would have had more, I would have bought probably all of them. I mean, as much as I could afford it at that time. But Dollar Tree sells them for $1.25, so I'm saving a little bit of money there. Now, I know y'all are probably going to think, well, that's not a big savings to be driving that far. But I'm on a fixed income, so I try to save every little bit that I can. My car is really good on gas. I get like 35 miles to a gallon, something like that. As I said, this is 20 miles away. So I'm not even going to be using a gallon of gas. And gas is like $2 or $3 here. I'm not really sure exactly what it is. So it's not going to cost me that much to drive over there and look for this fabric. The item that I'm making, for those of you who might be wanting to know, and you can look this up on YouTube. They have lots and lots of videos of it. It's called a Japanese knot bag. And it's just a small little purse, like a wristlet. It goes on your arm. It doesn't carry a lot. It would be really good for people that traveled to carry makeup, toiletries, jewelry. And then if you just wanted to travel light when you were shopping and not take a whole lot in the store, you could fit your cell phone, your wallet, money, checkbook, credit cards. You know, you could fit a small amount in there and take it shopping with you. But right now, before I leave town, I'm on my way to the post office. I've got to drop off another payment that I'm making. This is to my dentist. I'm still paying for my dentures. And they're letting me make payments. So that's good. So I'm dropping off a payment to the dentist. Now, you might have seen in other videos where I went directly to the office and made the payment. That's because I was either paying for cash or paying with a credit card, which I use. I have a credit card that's called the Care Credit. You can use it for medical, and you can also use it at the vet for your animals. And so that's what the payment is that I'm dropping off today. It's the payment that I'm making for my Care Credit card. They're really crowded here because the postal workers are loading up their vehicles, getting them ready to go out and deliver their mail today. I'm going to drop these off. I did have a request from one of my subscribers that wants to see the casserole. Oh, they got the road blocked off down here. Yikes. Oh, how am I going to get out? How am I going to get out? I guess I'll have to go out and down. They got it blocked here. I don't know. They got a cherry picker. There's 2 guys in the cherry picker. So I know they're crowded. And then there's one on the ground just walking around doing nothing. I think they're working on the power lines. I noticed on Facebook the other day that somebody said the power had went out at 2 o'clock in the morning. Different parts of town were reporting that they didn't have any power either. It never affected me because when I got up the next day, my clocks were still on the right time. And they were saying that their clocks was flashing. So evidently there's something going on with the wiring here in town. At least on this part of town. I live up on the other side. I live back towards the north part of town. And this is the south, so maybe that's what it was. Okay, I'm going to get over here. This truck is behind me. I'm going to move over because I have to get in this lane to make my turn up here. But yeah, I'm going over here to look for fabric. And I'm also going to be looking... Sorry if that's shaking on y'all. My phone holder that I have is broke. And I'm still using it. But the way I'm using it, I got a rubber band tied around it and the phone to kind of hold the phone on it. Because if I put the phone in there, it'll hold the phone, but it won't hold it up. You put the phone in and it drops down. The screw won't tighten. It's stripped. So I have to put a rubber band on it to bring it up like this. Can you see my hand? And then that way it records what y'all are seeing, which I know ain't a very good shot. I could turn it around and face it on the highway, but if you guys are like me, sometimes that makes me uncomfortable when I watch videos and the people have their camera on the road. Especially if, well, really, I think if they've got it in fast forward, it doesn't bother me as much. But they just have it in regular time and they're filming the road that they're traveling on. That kind of bothers me. It kind of gives me, what do you call it, vertigo? Makes me woozy. So I won't do that to you guys. I'll just let you see me. Got my mask on. I'm ready. I'm still wearing the mask. And for those of you who may not know, I have a condition which is called CIS. This is for my new subscribers that have just come to my channel. That stands for a compromised immune system. And I got that because I had breast cancer. I had surgery. And then I went through 7 weeks of radiation. And taking the radiation had lowered my ability, my immune system, to fight off infections and stuff. And I still carry that with me today. If I get around a lot of people that are sick, I can get sick real easy. I have hand sanitizer in my car. I do wear gloves. I wear the mask. I wash my hands as much as possible. And I try not to go out any more than I have to. This trip over here, I realize this is not a necessity trip. I mean, this is not like something that I have to do. But it is something that I want to do, and I want to get out, you know, and enjoy this weather while I can, because it's just a matter of time before... I haven't even used my cruise control in so long, I don't even know where it's at. This weather ain't going to be like this forever. It's not real cold. Actually, it's 63 degrees out today, so that's comfortable. I don't even have a coat on. I brought a jacket with me to wear. Well, and there's no snow on the road. Yeah, my cruise control ain't working. I'm not doing something right to it, or it's been so long since I've used my cruise control. It worked last time I used it because this is the road that I traveled on when I was working. I had to drive 15 miles to get to work, and I used my cruise control then. But for some reason today it's not wanting to work. There it goes. Okay, I was pushing the wrong button. Like I said, it's been a while. It's probably been a year and a half, maybe close to 2 years since I've traveled this road and used my cruise control, so I didn't really know how to turn it on. And I don't turn this heat off or down because I'm comfortable. This is actually a little bit uncomfortable to me. I really, my temp, but I did, like I was trying to, my mind is running on 10 tracks, y'all. I've got so much to say. And I had a subscriber ask to see the recipe that I did for the chicken and dressing casserole that I love. I absolutely love that thing. I know I'm going to make it again. And I fixed up a little can of yams to go with it, marshmallow candy yams, and oh my goodness, that is so good when I heat it up in the microwave. So yeah, I'm definitely going to make that again. And I am going, when I make it again, I will do a video to show you guys how to put it again. It's a pretty simple recipe. The basic recipe is just the chicken and the dressing and a little bit of seasoning. But the one that I did, I watched several videos before I did mine just to make sure I was doing it right, because I don't have the recipe written down. I do have it in a cookbook. And this guy added a lot of extra stuff to it that made it really, really good. He added celery and onions, and he put, I think he put turkey seasoning in there. He put some kind of herbs and spices, and I think it was Mrs. Dash. You know, just kind of sass it up a little bit. So that was really good. And all the recipes that I watched just use the box of stuffing with the chicken broth and butter. And I think he added milk and eggs in his, maybe. I've got it all written down there at the house on a little piece of paper. So when I get ready to make it again, I'll definitely do a video and show you guys how I make it, because it's good. I know if you've never had it before, you'll probably like it. Some of you may have already had it. It's really good. And then the recipe for that 4-can Mexican casserole, I did do a video on that. And I am going to make that again because I enjoyed having that. But I'm changing the recipe up a little bit. So, and for my new subscribers, I have 2 little dogs. I have Jade, who is a dachshund. She's 6 or 7 years old. I can't really remember. I've had her since she was a young dog. I didn't get her as a puppy. She was what I call a teenage dog. You know, she wasn't a puppy, but she wasn't even a year old yet. I've had her all her life. So any bad habits she's got, she picked them up from me. And believe you, she's gotten some bad habits. And her name is Jade. And her name is a acronym that stands for Just a Dog Enough. That's what her name is. And then the other dog is a rescue dog. I didn't name her. She already had the name when I got her. Her name is Ginger Rose. Or Ginger Rogers, I think is what the girl told me. Ginger Rogers. I call her Jen or Jen or something like that. And she is a Chihuahua. When I got her, she had all her shots and she had been spayed. But she was kind of in an abusive situation. And that's why the girl asked me if I would take her. It was actually her dog, but she worked a lot of hours and she wasn't able to be home with it, and she was having trouble potty training her. And she had carpet in her house, and Ginger kept being on her carpet, and she wasn't home enough to really work with it. I don't guess she had a crate to put her in, or maybe she didn't believe in crate training. But she asked me if I wanted her. I said yes, I would take her. I figured she'd be a good companion for Jade when I leave and go places like today. But I found out that's not true. When I leave, they both cry. There's a video in my playlist where I set my camera up and left it at the house when I went to town for a couple hours. I filmed Jade. She was the only dog I had that time. She cried the whole time I was gone. And so I thought maybe Ginger might be company for her. But no. They both cry. They both howl. And that's another reason why I wouldn't be able to live in public housing. When I would leave to go to town, they would be howling and crying, and the neighbors are going to hear that through the walls. And they're going to be saying, you need to move out. Your dogs are too noisy. We've had complaints. Or get rid of your dogs. And I don't want to do that. But anyway, Ginger came to me because the girl had given her to another lady to have her help housebreak the dog. She was supposed to work on housebreaking it. Well, this lady had some other dogs, some big dogs. And instead of working on housebreaking Ginger, she stuck her outside and made her become an outside dog so that basically she could pee wherever she wanted to when she was outside. And then these other bigger dogs were being mean to her, and she wasn't able to get to her food because these big dogs would eat it. I don't know if the people were just throwing the food out and letting the dogs fight for themselves, or they were putting their food in separate bowls, and before Ginger could finish all hers, the other dogs were coming and getting it. But she wasn't getting to eat. And when I got her, she was extremely skinny. I also have a video of that. Shortly, I had her like probably 5 or 6 days, and I did a video and I showed her. And if you go and watch that video, you'll see the difference in how she looks now to how she looked then, because you can see how skinny she is in that video. She's put on a little bit of weight since I've got her. She doesn't have as much weight on her as I'd like for her to have, but she's doing a lot better. And let's see, and her name's Ginger and Jade. This is all basically information from my new subscribers, because I've gotten so many of them since I did that one video. I've had so many people come to my channel, and a bunch of them watched the video and left comments, but a bunch of them also subscribed to my channel. So thank you for subscribing. And I'm just kind of filling you in on who I am and what I'm all about, so you'll know. I am a 71-year-old woman, but I love Hello Kitty. You can tell that by looking at my car. My car is all decked out in Hello Kitty. I also have a lot of Hello Kitty things in my house. My bedroom, both bedrooms, I have two. They're both did in Hello Kitty. And my bathroom is completely done up in Hello Kitty. Now, I haven't done the kitchen yet. That may be in the future. I don't know. Because they do have a lot of Hello Kitty appliances and stuff. Right now, my kitchen is done in chicken. I have roosters and hens decor in there. My plates are chicken and roosters. Salt and pepper shakers, little statues. I've got signs around. I am retired, but I used to work part-time, and I would love to be able to do that again. I was a caregiver for an 87 or 88-year-old gentleman who had Alzheimer's, and I went in the evenings and stayed overnight with him to help take care of him, because his family couldn't be there all the time. They were there during the day, most of the day, and I was there at night all night with him. But he passed away, and so I no longer have that job, and I'm still looking. But anyway, I think this video is probably long enough. I can't see what the time says on it because that rubber band is on top of it. But I'm going to say goodbye so I can concentrate on my driving. Thank you guys for coming to watch this video with me today. Remember, your life is a very short ride, so make it the very best you can, and y'all come back and see us again in no time. Bye for this one.